I'm very excited to welcome you to my 2100 at UTC for Summer 2 of 2017. We want to start this course with basic concepts and definitions and to answer the very important question, why do we study statistics? If you pick up a newspaper, you will see many numerical information. Some of this information are presented in tables, graphs, and or pictures. As an educated citizen, you are expected to read and understand the graphs, tables, or pictures. The study of statistics will help you to do that. As a student, how do you benefit from the study of statistics? As we mentioned before, you'll be able to read and understand statistical information presented in newspapers, etc., and so become an informed citizen. You'll be able to use statistical tools for basic research in your discipline. You'll be able to understand the research done by others and published in professional journals. Now that we know why we study statistics, let's talk about the meaning of statistics. Statistics can be defined as a numerical information or a field of study. Examples: the number of accidents on I-75 in December 2014, or the number of touchdowns by a quarterback during a football game, is an example of statistics as a numerical information. This class is about statistics as a field of study. Let's define statistics as a field of study. Statistics as a field of study is defined as the science for collecting, organizing, summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting data in order to make inference about a population value. The definition of statistics is long. One way to remember it is to use the mnemonic COSIN, where C is for collecting, O is for organizing, A is for summarizing, A is for analyzing, and IN for interpreting. More definitions. Subject. This is the person, thing, or entity that we get the information from. Data. Data consists of information obtained from subjects through experiments, observations, measurements, or surveys. Datum. This is one of the observations in a data set. Raw data. These are data recorded in the sequence in which they occur and before processing. Example: if I want to find the mean or average height of students at UTC, then each student I get the height from is a subject. All the height measurements constitute the data. More definitions. Population. This is a particular group of interest in a study. Sample. A sample is a subset of the population. Usually, data are obtained from a sample. Census. Census is when data are obtained from every subject in the population. Census is very expensive. Many countries, including the US, conduct census every 10 years. Consider example 1 on page 5. In a poll conducted by the Gallup Corporation, 1,013 adults in the United States were randomly selected and surveyed about identity theft. Results showed that 66% of the respondents worried about identity theft frequently or occasionally? We want to answer the following questions. A. What is the population? B. What is the sample? Is the sample a good sample or a representative sample? C. What was the purpose of this study? Solution to example 1. The following are the answers to these questions. A. The population consists of adults in the United States. This is because the investigator is interested in the opinions of all adults in the United States. B. The sample consists of the 1,013 adults that were surveyed. The sample is a representative sample since it was randomly selected. Because it was randomly selected, every adult in the United States had equal chance of being selected. C. The purpose of the study was to use sample data to find out how adults in the United States worry about identity theft. Branches of statistics. There are two areas of statistics: descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics consists of collecting, organizing, summarizing, and displaying the data. Inferential statistics consists of using sample data to make prediction, generalization, or inference about a population value or a population characteristics. Pregeny can be used to remember the definition of inferential statistics, where PR stands for prediction, GEN stands for generalization, and IN stands for inference. Data analysis and interpretation are key to inferential statistics. This will be discussed in details later in the semester. Food for thought. What is the difference between descriptive and inferential statistics? We use the next examples to show the distinction. Example A. A student researcher bought a Honda Civic, filled the tank with gas, and drove the car until the tank is empty. She computed the MPG and sent the result to the echo. This is an example of dash branch of statistics. What is your answer? The correct answer is descriptive statistics. This is because no inference is made about the finding. Example B. A student researcher bought a Honda Civic, filled the tank with gas, and drove the car until the tank is empty. She computed the MPG and wrote in the echo that Honda Civic cars have good gas mileage. This is an example of dash branch of statistics. What is your answer? Notice that inference is made about the population attribute on the basis of a result obtained from a sample. In this case, only one car. Hence, this is inferential statistics. This is the end of this video on why we study statistics and some basic definitions. In the next video, we will talk about critical thinking. Good luck in your studies.